All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're talking about something pretty cool, a new way to think about specializing our AI models. Imagine turning them from a jack-of-all-trades into a master of one, using what's basically a plug-and-play brain. So here's the big question, right? How do you actually turn a generalist AI into a specialist? We have these massive, powerful, large language models that know a little bit about everything. But how do you teach them the super specific language of, say, medicine or finance, without totally messing up everything that makes them so smart in the first place?
Yeah, this whole thing actually has a name, the domain adaptation problem. And look, it's absolutely essential. If we want AI to be genuinely useful in fields where the details really matter, it has to speak the language. But, as you're about to see, the old ways of doing this are, well, they're not great.
For a long time, we've basically been stuck with two main options, and frankly, both of them have a pretty big catch. It's created this real dilemma for anyone trying to build a specialized AI.
Okay, so on one side you've got DAPT. You can think of this as sending the AI back to college to get a new degree. It works, but it costs a fortune in computing power, and the AI tends to forget a lot of its general knowledge. Then on the other side, you've got RAG. This is more like giving the AI a super fast internet connection to a giant library. It's flexible, but it's also really slow and needs these massive external hard drives to work. So you're forced to choose. Do you want something powerful but forgetful, or flexible but slow?
Let's dig into DAPT for a second. You're literally retraining the model on a whole new data set. The cost for this is just huge. And even worse is this thing called catastrophic forgetting. The model gets really good at its new specialty, but it forgets how to do a lot of the basic stuff it knew before. Oh, and the real kicker? If you have a bunch of different size models, you have to go through this whole expensive process for every single one.
Now, RAG is clever because it avoids all that retraining. It just looks up information when it needs it. The base model stays exactly the same, which is great. But the problem is speed. Every single time you ask a question, it has to search through these enormous databases. The paper mentions one needing 500 gigabytes of space. That adds a ton of lag, making it a non-starter for anything that needs to be fast.
So, we have this messy choice, the expensive, forgetful retraining method or the flexible but super slow retrieval method. It really feels like you can't win. But what if there was a third way? What if we could get the best of both?
And this is it. This is where a new idea called the Memory Decoder, or MEMDEC for short, enters the picture. It's designed to be that third option, a way to completely get around that old dilemma and change how we think about making AI smarter.
So what is it? Here's the key idea. MEMDEC is a small, totally separate little brain. It's trained just once to act like a super fast fact checker for a specific topic. And then you can just plug it into any compatible AI, and it gives it that expert knowledge without ever changing the original model. The whole process is actually pretty slick, and it works in two stages. First, you have the pre-training. This is where the memory decoder basically learns to memorize all the important stuff about a domain like biomedicine. Once that's done, it's done. You don't have to do it again. Then, at inference time, when you're actually using the AI, you just plug this little memory module in. Instantly, the main AI gets all that specialized knowledge.
Okay, that's the theory, and I gotta say, it sounds almost too good to be true, right? So the real question is, does it actually work in practice? Let's take a look at the data. First up, speed. And this is really telling. If you look at the chart, adding MEMDEC adds almost no overhead. It's just a tiny bit slower than the base model. But now look at the common RAG method. It more than doubles the wait time. This shows it right here. MEMDEC gives you the knowledge without making you wait around.
So what about how well it performs? This table shows us something called perplexity. All you need to know is that a lower number is way, way better. And just look at those drops. They trained one small memory decoder and then plugged it into all sorts of models, from a small 500 million parameter one to a giant 72 billion parameter beast. And in every single case, for both biology and finance, MEMDEC made the models dramatically smarter. Now this is the number that just blew me away. Get this, a tiny 500 million parameter model with a memory decoder plugged in actually performed better than a standard off-the-shelf 72 billion parameter model. That is an insane level of efficiency. We're talking over 140 times more efficient. It's just incredible. But what about that catastrophic forgetting problem we talked about? Well, the data shows that with DAPT, the AI's performance on general knowledge tasks tanked, sometimes by almost half. But with Memory Decoder, because it doesn't mess with the base model, it either kept, or in some cases even improved its general skills. It's specialization without sacrifice. So, let's zoom out. What does this all add up to? Why is this memory decoder idea such a big deal for the future of AI?
Well, it's because it neatly solves that fundamental problem we started with. It gives us the fast performance that we liked about DAPT, while also giving us that awesome, flexible plug-and-play ability from RAG. It really is the best of both worlds, and it leaves all the major downsides behind.
And that efficiency aspect is a total game changer. Just think about it. You can train one single memory module on, say, legal documents. And then you can plug that same exact module into your entire lineup of AI models, from your smallest, fastest one to your biggest, most powerful one. That's a huge leap forward.
You know, the researchers who created it summed it up perfectly. They said it decouples domain expertise from model architecture. What that means in plain English is that the specialized knowledge is no longer baked into the AI itself. It's now a separate component you can just snap on whenever you need it.
And that really just leaves us with one final, pretty exciting question. If we can now make any AI a world-class expert in pretty much any field and do it quickly and efficiently, what kind of problems can we solve next? What new doors does this open up? The possibilities, when you think about it, are just incredible.